All right. What's up mga ka-Investa? So good evening to everyone. So shoutout sa mga nanonood sa atin ngayon. Good evening to you, Juanita Lanutan. Good evening, Christy Belosa, to Tolitz and everyone else. So what's up? Happy that you're all here. And let me introduce to you, of course, yung usual na kasama natin sa mga live stream natin. So let me call onto the stream Toma. And yeah, so kumusta?
What's up everyone, and good evening. So yun, ganda ng intro ni Kahane. Hype na hype. Feel ko hype mo, bro. What's up guys? Good evening. Happy Sundays. So Mark, Emanderful, Julius, Nelson, John, Maria. Good evening. So guys, really quickly, as always, please comment down below if happy Chinese New Year. Dapat nag-red pa tayo, Kahane, di ko naisip. Pero ayun. Guys and gals, pa-comment naman if our audio is okay, we're not lagging, the background music, if it's too loud or not, hinilaan ko na siya. So before we officially begin, pa-chat na lang. So what's up? Happy Sunday everyone. So grabe, ganda na market. So I think it's a great time to check out ano ba yung mga solid na opportunities out there. So ayun, okay. So yan, may mga okay comments na pagdating sa audio. Okay, so I think now it's we can bring on our guests. Di na nga guests our partners on to the stream. So let's call on Open Journal Bro Matt and Bro Ed. Pa-add na lang, Kahane.
Alright. So ayun.
What's up?
What's up,
What's
everyone?
up, guys?
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy Chinese New Year.
Everyone. Teka, dami nagpapa-shoutout. So ito, Bro Wilson, OJ Fam.
Bro Wilson, OJ
Nice.
Fam.
Good evening.
Shout out
Boss
sa
Nick.
Open Journal family. Shout out.
Ayan. Boss Ron, good evening.
Wow, from Macau pa.
From
Nice.
Macau.
Solid.
Good evening. So, of course, before we begin, si Ed, matagal na din nakakasama. So, let's start out. Mabisang kamusta weekends natin. Siguro start tayo sa Ed, bro. Kamusta
Yeah,
naman
so-
yung mo? Start to 2023 mo.
Yan, na-miss ko kayo guys. So, tagal natin di nakapag-charting session. So, solid naman yung start of 2023. So, talagang ang resolution ko this year maging consistent sa pag-workout. Talagang health ang priority ko this year. Talagang health. So medyo napabayaan yun last year, but this year babawi. And so far, yan, consistent gym. And yun nga, pinag-usapan namin nila Toma kanina yung Spartan Race. So baka mag-join kami this Feb sa Vermosa. So kita-kits sa mga mag-join ng Spartan Race.
So, si Ed, nag-aaya na. Di pa nga
Parang
decided.
nag-commit na.
Bro, di ko pa nag-commit.
Parang nag-commit na.
Let's see. Tingnan natin, di ba? Pag wala sa Feb, sa Pampanga, kita-kits.
Parang biglang may umuubad dun sa wala, biglang Pampanga na lang, no?
U-turn pa sa May na race. Sige. Ikaw, bro, Matt, kamusta?
Weekend, busy, Chinese New Year. But at least, pahinga Saturday. So maraming mga inayos, and then every Sunday naman, afternoon to evening, back to work na agad. So, all good. Ready again for this coming week. Tomorrow, lalo na bukas, di ba? So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, so by the way guys, pa-help naman, no? If na-enjoy nyo every week charting session, pa-heart reacts naman yung stream, and to please help us share it, no? Para marami pa makanood, baka di notify na nag-live na si Investa. We'd really appreciate that. So ikaw, bro, Kane, kamusta naman weekend mo, bro? Balita ko, nag-road trip ka.
So today nagpahinga lang ako kasi kahapon medyo pagod. So nangyari kasi is sa ko kasi Toma kasi basta may kasalanan ako sa kanya. So bumawi ako sa kanya. May pinuntahan kaming parang pang-training sa obstacles. So actually lang siya, walking distance lang siya sa akin. Pero imbis na nilakad ko, pumunta pa akong Alabang tapos bumalik ng QC para sunduin si Toma.
Sinundo mo.
Mahaba kasi yung kwento niyan, hindi ko na kwento dito, pero may kasalanan malaki sa akin si Kahane. Tapos pang-offset lang, bawi lang. Siya nag-offer. Pero yun. Anyway, kami ni Kahane, So, siyempre, lagi na tayo magkasama, bro. So, kahapon magkasama may buong araw. So, nag-ensayo lang kami. So, yun. Pero ngayon, magkasama ulit per this time to take a look at markets, no? A lot of things have been happening. Last year, a lot of things have been happening, pero 90% negative, and now we're starting to definitely see some positives coming in whether in the local market, in the US market, in cryptocurrency. So we'll take a look at all of that starting right now. So to everyone, we'll be looking at the major charts first, and then right after we'll be looking at the individual requests. So feel free to start commenting your PSE crypto or US stock requests. And Kahane, please share the chart. Maybe right now we can start with the PSE Bro Matt. Ay, teka. Tanggalin natin yung 4 speakers. Ayan. PSE mo tayo, Bro Kahane.
Sorry.
Nice.
Ito.
Nice. So, siguro for now, you can draw your resistance and support. So, you have your resistance. Yan. Or, baba mo pa. The other one. Yan. Okay. Perfect. And then, perfect. Nice. So, at least though, guys. Wait lang. Nice. Yan. Okay. So, at least for the Philippine market, maybe everyone is wondering, US market, parang nalilate ata ah. Diba? And even other global market, yung mga first world country. Bakit yung Philippines, even the emerging markets, are going higher? Ba't parang mas na sila? Yan yung actually question na natanggap ko. At least marami akong na-receive na question the past 2 weeks, no? Even before our trading session. The reason behind is the breakdown of the US dollar. And basically, ang nangyayari dyan, breakdown of the US dollar, ang tendency is foreign investors, foreign traders, invest their money to emerging markets like the Philippines. Actually, dalawa yan eh. Emerging markets, and then somehow they will rotate also. They will put some funds into commodities. Kaya if you think about it, if you check yung mga charts sa mga commodities as well natin, mga precious metals natin, sumusunod din, parang nauuna din. Same ng Philippine market yan, no? Diba? So again, going back, Philippine market per se, at least nauna siya versus sa US market. As Kahane draw, no, support and your resistance. So at least you have your white line, that's your resistance level, break out, then consolidate, the retest, and then as of now, naka-momentum ka. Okay, looking at the chart itself, nasa momentum siya. So for me to participate, alam ko, for the past 2 or 3 weeks since the start of trading this month, marami nang kumita, marami nagkaroon ng switch of hands, but at least for me to be aggressive again coming to this week, what I want to see is to consolidate yung price dun sa level of support, which is around 6,800, which is confluence with your 20-day EMA. Siyempre, at this level, given the fact na you have already at overbought condition, confluence with your bearish divergence using your relative strength index or RSI. For me, again, like I mentioned last Sunday, usually and major probability nagkakaroon ng pullback. Diba? So again, for me, given a major yung mga index issues included sa PSEI at overbought levels na like Bloom, Yalaland, makikita nyo na meron na rin, at least meron na nag-form na yung bearish divergences. So for me, I'll wait for a clear pullback, again, going dun sa 6,800, confluence with your 20-day EMA. So parang gusto ko mangyari dyan, mag-consolidate sa level na yan. Okay? So yun at least for the Philippine market. Again, moving forward, I really believe na merong opportunities sa emerging markets like the Philippines. So kung last year is the time for us to stay away on the market, stay on the side, park majority of the cash dyan sa brokerage account nyo. Now, this 2023 might be the time for you to reinvest it again or even be aggressive in the coming weeks or coming months.
Ayun, nice. So if you're someone, Matt, na let's say you were able to buy before yung breakout ng 6 yung 6-8 banda, kasi nakuha ka, medyo you're able to position yourself properly.
Correct.
Paano ba? Are we is it better to try to hold on to those winners, or are we trying to take some profits off on the way higher?
Correct. So for me, given for sure, we're not out of the woods yet, given the fact that central bank will still raise interest rates. But yung in terms of raising interest rates, mas mababa na. So at least yung probability for this market to even go higher, mas mataas. So let's take a look on the two perspective. No? If you're a trader, most likely, if you're able to participate mga start ng 2023, no? Halos dyan naman yung merong opportunities, or even before the clear breakout of that white line, resistance line. So for me, if you're again a trader, make sure to take profit. Okay? Itong market, hindi to tatakbo in a straight line, ng dire-diretso. Hindi yan tatakbo all the way to 9,000 or even 8,000 ng mabilis lang. Okay, so again, as a trader, make sure to take profit, bawas din unti-unti. Once nag-form na, once meron ka ng, let's say, na-break yung trail stop mo, well, actually, that's the best time for you to take profit as well, or even sell your position and look for opportunities. Now, if you're a long-term investor, okay, you're able to participate. I know a lot of people able to participate sa Ayala Land, Pure Gold. Well, for me, ang pwedeng mangyari dyan is to hold your position muna. Okay, given let's say you're up 20%, you're up 25, 30%. For me, hold your position, okay? And then, of course, place your proper trail stop, which is later we will discuss on how you can add to your winning position.
Ayan, nice.
So two sides siya. Two sides yung pwede natin tignan, given the fact na tumakbo na itong market.
Ayun. Okay, thank you, Bro Matt. So next, we can move on to the US market. So, Kahane, maybe you can open the S&P 500. So maybe I can ask for your insights dito, Kahane, pagdating sa S&P 500 o sa US,
Okay.
sa US equities.
So S&P 500, as mentioned last week, so gumawa na siya ng higher low and mukhang umuokay na somewhat yung conditions. So largely, I guess, driven by inflation numbers to, since recently, parang nag-die down yung inflation, tas yung Fed last December, 50 basis points lang yung ginawang rate hike. So, yung only thing that's, I guess, holding back for me is the only thing holding back the US markets for me is yung tech sector niya. So, compared to the SPX na covers or tracks a broader range of stocks, yung technology sector ng US, or mostly yung Nasdaq stocks, are performing relatively worse compared to the others. So since yung SPX nag-higher low, pero yung Nasdaq index still hasn't made a relatively higher low. And for me, I'd really want to wait for the break of the resistance, so yung major resistance level niya, before I'd look to scale in more in the US markets. And siguro if you're looking for niche trades in the US markets right now, usually nasa ano siya? Usually malakas ngayon yung mga companies related to mining, gold miners, silver miners, and other commodities. And alam ko parang Chinese stocks sila, pero I know some are listed still in the Nasdaq exchange or sa NYSE, yung mga Chinese stocks. So stocks like Tencent, Bilibili have been performing well recently. So ayun, yun lang for me for the US markets.
Yan, right.
Siguro,
Kahane.
to add lang onte sa US. So for US, so starting this week, very important. So magsa-start na yung earnings season. So malalaman natin how corporate America is doing against the backdrop of higher interest rates. So very important yan, especially mga big caps like Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla. So malalaman natin kamusta yung earnings nila for the last quarter last year. And then another thing is Feb 1. So Feb 1, yun lalabas yung Fed minutes na naman. So right now, 99% na 25 basis points lang yung i-raise ng Fed. So based on the FOMC tool. So yun din yung isang reason why risk assets are rallying. Kasi yun nga, slowing down na rin yung Fed, raising ng interest rates, and possible na rin na mag-stop sila mag-raise ng interest rates this year. But ang pinaka-important din na kailangan natin abangan this year is whether soft landing or hard landing ba yung mangyayari sa US economy. which means pag soft landing, ibig sabihin lang naman walang recession, but pag hard landing, magkaka-recession for the US. So yun ang mga kailangan natin abangan for this year.
Yun. Okay, thanks bro. And then siguro sticking with you, no, and since alam ko very active ka rin sa crypto, matagal ka nawala, so back to back kita ngayon. Maybe we can we can take a look at Bitcoin kahane. So Ed, how have you been navigating so far, no, throughout yung kalakasan ng market, no, especially sa crypto?
Yeah, so for crypto, grabe, sobrang lakas ng crypto. So this weekend, and Friday pala, biglang nag-rally. So for crypto, meron ako mga ilang trades. So for crypto kasi, ang mindset ko is quick take profits pa rin. So honestly, may mga trades ako na hindi ko na nahawakan. Kasi based on the price chart ng December, di ba? So hindi ko naman alam na ganyang kalaki magra-rally. So ako, ang mindset ko for crypto was to sell when I reach my profit goals. Usually, yun yung 2R ko, 3R. So talagang wala akong planong i-trail yung mga positions ko. But right now, looking at crypto, talagang, ayan, nalampasan na niya yung EMA 200. So dito sa chart ko. So nag-breakout na siya sa EMA 200. But right now, I think yung crypto, dito makakapaglaro yung mga momentum traders eh. If momentum trader ka, for sure, makakapag-participate ka. Especially yung move sa January 15 until January 19 yan, di ba? Ano yan eh? Set up yan ng momentum traders eh, di ba? So yan. Pero if swing trader ka, I suggest hinay-hinay muna. Kasi right now, overextended. At the same time, looking at the RSI, nasa 85 levels na. So most likely, due for a pullback. If malakas talaga yung BTC, baka ang pullback lang niyan is ayan, yung dinawin ni Kahanin na support level which is in confluence sa 200 EMA, di ba? So yun lang naman yung inputs ko for crypto. So let's see in the coming days if malakas ba talaga and sustained yung move ng crypto.
So thank you bro Ed. Toma bro Kahanin, sorry, just to add, no. This is same thing na diniscuss natin Ed nung coaching session no. So may mga traders, momentum traders, swing traders nag-took profit, no, given na ganito yung price move ng Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins. So yung parang question sa coaching session is this the best time for you to participate? Now, it really depends on what type of trader you are. If you take a look yung 10-day EMA mo, you can change yung 20 mo to 10-day. So yung expectation natin, at least what we discussed during the coaching session with Open Journal, if you're a momentum trader, and kung talagang malakas yung Bitcoin, and what happened the other day, magko-consolidate siya dyan sa 10-day EMA before going higher. And yan yung ginawa niya. Diba? But like Ed mentioned, again, this is a good opportunity if you are a momentum trader. Pero let's say, you're a position trader, swing trader, huwag ka na magbalak na, alam yun, pasukin yung ganitong level given the fact na expect some volatility in the coming days or maybe in the coming hours. Diba? Given the fact that your RSI level is already at 80 to even 90 level. Okay? Looking at the support and resistance, yes, I know your next resistance is at 25,000. Your next support, your support level is at 21,400, 21,500. So yun yung pwede mo maging range. So yun, sabay-sabay naman lahat tatakbo yan once nagkaroon ng clear, at least kung naglo-lower low yung US dollar, even your 10-year treasury bond yield, sabay-sabay naman tatakbo yung risk assets mo.
Yun. Right, so that's for crypto. So thanks everyone. Now we can move on to the individual stock requests sa mga nag-comment ng mga ka-invest natin. I will start with the first one na kinoment kanina, 802 from John Diokino. So Ditto and Wilcons. Where I can start, no? Kahane pa open na lang si Ditto. So yun. So, well, zoom out nga Kahane. I-zoom out mo yung bigger picture. I guess, naka-log chart ka ba? Nangalan mo yung log chart?
Sorry. Yep.
Ayan. So I guess to start with dito, no, if you look at the bigger picture, I mean, kita mo na na this is really if you still want to call it a broken leader, it was a broken leader in 2021 and 2022. Pero now, currently, if you're just gonna base it pang sa market cycle sa Tier 2 in the Minervini, it's currently in its neglect phase, right? Coming from a big move, huge downtrend, and ngayon halos di napapansin, very weak rally relative to other issues in the Philippines or relative to the market now, diba? If you just zoom into the last 5-7 trading days, well, the market's moving higher, Ditto is moving lower. So there's a lot of other better opportunities sa local market. So ako, I'd have to take a pass. Quick pass sa Ditto. So yung next na question kahane was Wilcon. So sa'yo na si Wilcon, bro.
Alright. So, Wilcon, hold on. Alright, so Wilcon, last trading day, so kaka-breakout lang niya from its resistance. And, well, for me, parang observe lang muna. If may set up for a possible retest trade or, yeah, mostly yun.
Oh, although Wilcon's interesting na pang medyo tahimik lang to pero it's very closely approaching its 52-week or all-time high. So siguro interesting din na bantayan.
One of the leader because of earnings eh.
Oh.
Ganda nung ginawa sa Wilcon eh, nung shakeout nung may malaking big candle sa closing. So if you zoom in, makikita mo yung yan, sell off. Yan o, kailan yan? January 13 ata, may sell off na ganyan. And then biglang binalik. But again, this is one of the leaders sa local market because of its earnings and then of course, insider buyback.
Yun. So that's for Wilcon. Next naman natin is from pang matagal yung next na yung next. Next is from RB Bautista. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, sir. RLC. So maybe for you, bro Ed.
Yeah, so for RLC, so medyo clear din naman na siya, downtrend, medium term to long term. And actually, malapit siya sa 52-week low niya. So for RLC, yes, malapit siya sa support. But if titingnan mo kasi, comparing it to the index, the local market, ang dami ng tumakbo. Meanwhile, si RLC, nandiyan pa rin sa baba. So definitely, laggard siya. So for RLC, pass muna ako. Yeah.
Sorry, ito, add lang kasi maybe everyone is wondering, or yung nagtanong wondering is why RLC is going lower. Parang ang hina. This is the same as your Mega World now. If you take a look your Mega World and RLC, the reason it is going lower, kahit na merong buyback, is because of a potential or at least removal sa PSEI rebalancing. So meaning, the expectation there, given na remove siya sa PSEI, is may foreign outflow. And also the reason kung bakit hindi siya tumatakbo, hindi sila pareho tumatakbo. Okay, again, the reason kung bakit merong foreign outflow because of the PSEI rebalancing, the deletion, both RLC and Mega World.
So that's for RLC. And sticking with property, so ang next request natin is Ayala Land for you, bro Matt. Ali.
For Ayala Land, it's very clear na one of the leader, and like I mentioned, every time na meron tayong charting session, even coaching sessions, open journal, if you're a foreign broker, foreign investor here in the Philippines, ang choice mo lang lagi pagdating sa PSEI index stocks are SM and Ayala companies. Diba? So meaning SM Investment, SM Prime, Ayala Land, Ayala Corporation. So if you take a look at it, looking at the chart ng Ayala Land, currently, fundamental wise, wala tayong problem dyan. Diba? Halos hindi naman sila tinamaan sa rental revenues nila, no? And of course, looking at the chart itself, for me, parang kaka-breakout na lang short term, diba? So, pwede mo dun i-drawing sa yung high ng resistance na yan and then yung start na yung short term trend line. Here. Ito. Yung date ng November 29, and then January 4. So for me, kaka-start niya lang, and then you have your retest also. Retest of no. Yan. Perfect. So at least short-term confluence with your 10-day EMA. So as of now, nagmo-momentum siya. Again, you take a look from a perspective ng momentum and swing trader. So if you're a momentum trader, ito yung mga stock na pwede mong kunin. If you're momentum na index yung gusto mo, pero let's say if you're a swing trader, wait for a clear pullback, buy in support, and then you sell on resistance. So ako, swing trader, antay ako dun sa retest ng trend line na yan, which is confluence with your 20-day EM.
Okay. So that's for Ayala lang. Thank you, bro, Matt. So ang next request natin, marami nag-request for APL. So from Frederick Sandalo, APL. Ako, kakani. Naka-save na yung layout mo. Mukhang binabantayan mo to. Ikaw bro, ako sana pero ikaw, bakit mo ko binabantayan si APL?
Ikaw na, bro.
Yung keyword mo eh.
Hindi, wala lang. Chinart ko lang siya previously kasi wala lang, tumingin lang ako kasi parang basura stocks, tas medyo umangat siya onte. Pero wholly, yun lang talaga.
Although from a chart perspective, medyo interesting nga siya, no? So yeah, volume coming in. So the largest volume spike maybe like a week ago, ever since the start of 2021. So in terms of volume, on two year high sa spike, no? So that's something na interesting, yeah, volume coming in, and then after making yung first na pitik na, usually pipitik yan tas mag-fade. You have it consolidating now. So it's something you can keep an eye on. Although ako said, di ako sure if there's any catalyst surrounding this. Maybe you guys can comment if meron. But from a chart perspective, knowing that it's coming from a longer term downtrend and knowing na maraming overhead supply coming in, I would probably sell on the rally. So if this breaks out and then hits a major resistance point, I'll probably sell the entire position. That's how I would approach the trade. So that's APL. Next request naman natin for you, bro Ed, nickel from Karen.
Yeah, nickel. So sa feeders, so commodities, lakas. So for nickel, so ayan, siguro ang pinaka base tip ko dito sa nickel, usually pag tinitingnan ko yung nickel, sinasabay ko rin tingnan yung chart ng nickel commodity, which is available sa Investa. Yan. So yan, number 1 yan. And then syempre for nickel, talagang beneficiary siya sa dollar going down, di ba? So usually pag bumababa yung dollar, talagang malakas yung commodities, metals, and yan, di ba? So for example, yung gold, isa sa malalakas, and syempre nickel as a metal, isa rin siya sa nagbe-benefit. So right now for nickel, talagang if meron ka, I don't see any reason to pwede ka mag-take profits, but if let's say you will hold, still holding pa rin yung EMA trails eh. So ano ba yung EMA ko dito? This is EMA 10, still holding above, and may strength pa rin eh. But if you're buying, wala ka pang nickel, I suggest we wait it out kasi right now medyo extended na yung move. And if ever naman na mag-pull back, I'm looking at 6.35 levels, which is yung drawing rin ni Kahane na neckline. Pwede dyan, or even around 6 pesos, so psychological level. So that's my insight for nickel. Definitely include sa watch list nito.
So that's for Nickel Asia. So ang next request natin, wait lang gusto ko lang sagutin tong question na to from si JR. So JR Ramos nagtatanong, saan okay mag-invest ng 1,000 pesos? So share ko na lang really quick, no? Kahane, if ma-open mo lang yung so for those who are looking to invest for a low amount, you can actually do that on Investa, right? You can do that on the Investa Mutual Fund app. So for those who don't know, meron kaming mutual fund platform where you can invest in some of the top mutual funds in the country, right? So we have funds that you can start with for as low as 50 pesos. So, pasok, Boss JR, yung 1,000 mo dyan. So, of course, shout out to all of our partners here. So, pipili ka lang naman what fund you want to invest in, yung risk appetite mo, how long you want to hold it, ano ba yung goals mo. So, you can just head over to investa.ph. We won't spend too much time talking about that. Pero investa.ph just to check out yung mga mutual funds that you can invest in for as low as 50 actually. So, pwede rin yung 1,000. So, okay, let's head back to the charting session. Ito, request from MJGK. So, tell DMC and Tech. So, doon tayo sa gitna. Let's do DMC for Bro Matt. Ito talaga malakas eh.
Okay. So at least for DMC, the expectation here and the reason why it is going higher, nearing your next resistance level at 13? 1380 ba yan? Yung nilagay mo dyan? Tama ba yan? 1380. Again, the reason behind this, it will be replacing Mega World and RLC. Okay, sa PSEI rebalancing. Again, kung kanina, PSEI rebalancing, RLC, Mega World, merong foreign outflow. Since they will be deleted, this one, they will be added. And also the reason naman kung bakit merong foreign inflow. Diba? Maybe you guys, yung nagtanong are wondering, DMC, ba't hindi sumusunod yung Semerara? That's actually the reason. Yan yung main catalyst niya. Kahit walang setup, continue to go higher because of the foreign inflow na pumapasok sa stock niya. So for me, if I really want to participate, given na extended na yan, if you're holding it, even dun sa ex-div niya nung November pa or even October, if you're holding it, inabsorb mo yung volatility going lower, for me, it's better to place your trail stop na lang, no? Maybe your 10 or even 20-day EMA. But if let's say, magpa-participate ka pala ngayon, that is the best time for you to participate sa ganitong nagmo-momentum and given na price structure itself extended na. Diba? So for me, I'll wait for clear pullback, maybe to your 20-day EMA, or to maybe 10 or 20-day EMA, and wait for consolidation before buying.
Alright. So, that's for DMC. So, next naman natin is from Dan Gapaz. So, APX. So, kahane po. Ako na ata po, open na lang yung APX. So, APX, I remember kahane, mayroong post sa Investa Prime Research which showed na tama ba APX is not actually super correlated sa strength ng gold? Tama ba?
Oo, pero like, naglalag ng onte.
O, nagdalag siya ng onte. Pero anyway, from a price perspective, actually, may drawing na si Kahane, right? We see APX breaking out from a downtrend line. And siguro, just to reiterate the same insight from last week, since ako yung nag-comment here, parang if lagay mo sa weekly chart, Kahane, makita mo na APX is breaking out of a 3-year high, right? Since 2020. So it's right there at that high, and which means na potentially there's a bigger move in play, especially with gold, right? Continuing its strength. So APX would be definitely something na antayin ko. So if it breaks above 220, 230, right? I think magandang setup siya for a possible momentum play. So yun yung babantayan ko levels. If you weren't able to get it o dun sa downtrend line breakout na dinrowing ni Kahane. So that's for APX. So ito may question tayo no from Mark. So sagot ito real quick. Siguro tanong ko sa iyo to Ed. So question from Mark. Hello sir. What is your thought about the exchange rate in US dollar versus the Philippine peso? Is it time to exchange the dollar to PHP?
Yeah, so may mga nagtatanong din sa akin yan, close friends, relatives, kung magko-convert na sila ng dollar nila. So definitely, one thing's for sure na it's a weak dollar environment already dahil nga the Fed is starting to slow down. And definitely, if meron pa kayong hawak na dollar, don't expect na babalik pa siya all the way up to 59 na exchange rate. Most likely, possible, 56 levels mag-retest. But definitely, this year will be a weak dollar environment. So, talagang pababa na yung dollar strength.
Yep. And even gusto ng BSP, ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, na yung range ng USD PHP is around 54 to 56. Diba? Within that level. But looking at the price structure, you have your potential, well, actually, it's a head and shoulders pattern, break of neckline. So, like, diba? I mean, this year will be very difficult for US dollar.
Alright. So, that's for that question, Boss Mark. Hopefully, na-answer yung question mo. Ang next request
Depende pa rin
natin...
kung anong goal mo di ba? If you really want to hold it or if you really want to trade your USD PHP.
Correct. Alright. So, Boss Mark, hopefully that answers your question. Next from Maro Man. So, financials, BDO and BPI. So, Kahane, for you, maybe we can start off with your insights pagdating sa BDO.
Alright, so sa BDO, what I like about BDO is that sobrang lakas niya among the blue chips. It's one of the leaders in the markets right now. And it's also about to break a long-term downtrend line. So, ayun, malakas siya. And for me, ideally, I'd wait for a pullback back to the 116 area, around the 114 to 116 area, hopefully to participate in the coming pullback or consolidation.
Alright. So, that's BDO. So, Bro Matt, maybe we can take a look at BPI.
Yep. At least for BPI, no, it's an expectation naman since December or even November, no, financial sector mauna yan once tumakbo na yung index natin. So nauna yung BDO, BPI, Metrobank kumahabol, Security Bank still there. Going back to the chart of BPI, for me, parang kaka-breakout niya lang, no? Parang kaka-breakout lang nung BPI, and there is still an opportunity for you to participate, maybe. Again, if you're a swing trader, maybe 106, 105, 106 level will be a good price for you to participate, diba? And then you can also, parang kasi yung next target mo dyan sa level na yun is 128.50. Diba? So again, if you're a swing trader, 105, 106 level is a good price to enter.
No? Right, so that's for BPI. Our next request comes from Chichi. So FCG. So ako siguro mag-comment sa Figaro. So ito na, no, medyo nagmamaterialize yung chart natin last week. Right? So FCG, one of the leaders in the market. If subscriber ka ng Prime, you look at the Prime Analytics dashboard. Buksan mo ka yung sa ibang tab, yung Prime Analytics dashboard. You see that FCG is the number one leader on there sa PSE. So, and rightfully so, diba? Medyo 90 degrees na yung increase niya for the past 10, 14 days. So, ito na yung na-highlight natin last week na we want to see it go back to yung close to piso levels, 95 to piso. So ngayon it's ranging, it's at 90 cents. So yung pinaka-challenge ngayon sa FCG is how much overhead supplies can stop it from moving higher. Kasi syempre IPO, if I'm not mistaken, nung time na nag-IPO to, prior to FCG maraming malakas if my memory serves me right. Tapos si FCG medyo na olats eh. So the concept na maraming overhead supply, that means na maraming mga ipit pa, right, at those levels, at those IPO levels that are now trying to get out at break even. Diba? Now that the price has finally moved up back to their cost basis. So yun yung pinakamalaking kalaban mo ngayon. But if this breaks out of 95 piso, yung setup na yun, yung tinuturo ni Minervini na primary base. Right? After that, it's blue skies from there. And if the market continues to rally, right, and FCG is the primary leader based on Prime Analytics. So, I mean, we can't really tell where the price can go. Pero, ayun, this is definitely something na I would put out as a priority sa watch list ko. So, di ko lang, Bro Matt or Ed or Kahan, if may gusto pa i-add. Okay.
Goods. Okay naman.
That's for FCG. Next request is ito. Bloom from Lorenzo. So, Bro Ed.
Yeah. Isa pa sa market leaders. So Bloom, so ayan, 52-week high niya was yung January 12 na candle. So kitang-kita na leader siya. And for Bloom, if zoom out natin, so right now, looking at the 1-week chart din. For Bloom, if looking at yung 1-week chart, ayan, so almost yung resistance na yung NOV 2020 yan, yung high na yan. So mukhang malapit na niyang ma-break din. And mukhang if tutuloy, possible na next resistance mo will be yung 9.76, which is yung 2019 na previous support, and that could be yung next resistance, di ba? For Bloom. So for Bloom, if hahabulin mo, if looking at it as a swing trader, right now, siguro I need more time to consolidate muna. But if mag-consolidate siya, let's say, gumawa siya ng base na rectangle or even a triangle na base, definitely you can participate here. Use mo lang yung base, set the low of the base as your cut, and enter if it breaks out from the base. So definitely Bloom, include ko yan sa watch list ko.
Yun. So, that's for Bloom. Ang next request natin from Joel is LR. So, Kahane, ikaw bro, what's your take dito sa LR?
Alright. So, take ko sa LR is recently parang maganda yung ginawa niyang higher low. So, although, ayun nga, medyo speculative siya, the chart's still parang showing good sense of demand. And ideally, if you want to trade this, ayun, you have to wait for the breakout ng 310 to 320. And yeah.
Yeah. Tama no? Yung breakout na yun, that's its 52-week high, right? Yeah, that's its 52-week high.
52-week high niya.
So, isa sa mga leaders. Yung maganda dito sa LR, when I looked at the chart is, after yung big drop, when it made that higher low, it was on really low volume. So yun lagi yung hinahanap ko pag sa mga consolidation. So low volume, then when it rallied higher, above average volume. So something I would keep an eye on as well. So next chart naman natin. Teka, saan na ba yun? Actually, marami nagko-comment nung ngayon, hindi ko na tuloy mahanap. Ito. Ayan. Ito, next naman natin for Bro Matt. See now. Ang chart na inaantabayanan ng karamihan.
Nice. So at least for now, no, maybe yung nagtanong, alam mo na yung catalyst for this one. It's a partnership with US company. So may funding silang marireceive and reason kung bakit ganyan actually yung nangyari. But one thing that you need to remember, given na marami din na galing yung price niya sa 2018, nanggaling yan sa 19 or 20 level. And even 2020 October, nanggaling yan sa 5 or 650 level. So one thing na pwede mong tignan dyan, if you're able to participate and speculate because of that news, is to take profit. Given the fact na maraming naipit on that level. Okay? So, okay, let's say you're holding it. You're holding it as of the moment. You're able to participate maybe last December or maybe doon pa sa baba, last November. Yung question dyan is, do I hold it or do I sell all? So for me, given na you're up 30%, maybe 100%, 80%, ang pwede mong gawin is to use or even adjust your trail stop. Your next trail stop dyan is your 20-day EMA. So as of the moment, ang 20-day EMA mo is around 230 to 25 level. Confluence with your previous support ng January 12. So for me, again, if you're holding it, you can use that 20-day EMA, confluence with the previous support level, low candlestick ng January 12, use that as your trail stop for you to hold the position. Next question. Bro Matt, I really want to participate. Ang dami nagsasabi sa akin. One thing that you need to remember is, sa mga ganyang situation na overbought condition na, kailangan marunong ka mag-momentum trader, meaning you know how to use an intraday time frame. And looking at, let's say, 1 hour time frame, kaka-breakout niya lang, kahit open mo yung 1 hour time frame mo dyan, so breakout nung price level start point sa January 10 to January 13. So, yan. So parang kaka-breakout niya lang. Again, if you're a momentum trader, you can participate and then place your trail stop or stop properly. Maybe dun sa 10-day period or even dun sa 50-day period, meaning pag bumalik dun sa trend line mo, trend line resistance mo. Okay? So two scenario ulit, being a trader, meaning you need to understand how to use lower time frame or intraday time frame. If you're holding it, diba, since November, December, use 20-day daily. Okay, 20-day daily or 50-day daily as your trader stop for you to hold it.
So that's for now. I think this is a great time na isingit yung main question natin, no, for kasi marami nagtatanong nito recently given the strength of the market, almost all risk assets are rallying, local crypto, etc. A lot of people have been asking me or kami sa Investa community is mga boss, what are some strategies na ginagamit nyo in order to scale into your positions? Parang di ko alam, kasi bumili ako sa breakout. Bumili ako ng 5% position size na ang liit. Siyempre, hindi naman life-changing 5% position size. How can I add to that? Saan ako mag-add? How do I manage a trade from there? So maybe we can answer that question. Maybe, Bro Ed, we can start with you. So how do you go about scaling in to your winner? Syempre, that's something na pinipreach sa OJ, diba? You want to have good size, especially on your best trades. Right? So, paano ba natin pwede gawin yun?
Yeah, sige. So, number one, if you are adding to your winners, so you're already doing better than majority of the traders. Kasi usually, the biggest mistake of traders is they average down on their losers, tapos they cut their winners early. So definitely, that's a good practice yung pag-average up sa winners natin. Kasi dapat yung like sinabi sa amin ni Javi, you cut off your weeds tapos you water your roses, your flowers, yon. So yun yung perfect analogy. Pero how do you properly add to your winners? So for me, it's simple lang. So number one, very important is you need to wait for prices to quiet down and form small consolidations. Kasi hindi pwedeng basta-basta mag-add ng winner. Like for example, na-hype ka lang, nakita mo yung position mo, nagbigay ng big green candle, tapos yun, bigla ka mag-add. So yun, unsystematical siya. So why do you need to wait for prices to quiet down and form bases? So this lets you confirm that there are people na accumulating on this stock, and at the same time, if ever you need to cut, you can always use these bases para ma-identify mo saan ka magka-cut, diba? So yun yung importance ng identifying bases and adding during consolidations. So number two, a good rule of thumb for adding winners is make sure yung next tranches mo will be lower than your first tranche. So for example, if your initial tranche is 10%, make sure your next buys, your next addition sa position mo is less than 5%, less than 10% na lang of your port. So usually half na lang yan. So for example, 10% of your port at 1 peso, pagdating ng 1.10 mag-add ka. So make sure na rule ko is kalahati na lang So usually 5% na lang, diba? Kasi ang reason naman doon is if ever na same or mas malaki yung a-add mo sa tranche mo, what will happen is yung average price mo is tataas and then yung panalo ka na, magiging talo pa. So diba, yung pera na naging bato pa. Yun yung ayaw natin mangyari kasi it's hard on our psychology. Yun So for me, yun naman yung mga important notes in adding your winners. So again, no one size fits all naman in trading. So still depending on your profile and how the market is acting.
Yun. So great points from Ed. So next, ikaw, Kahane, how do you scale into those winners?
Alright. So mainly adding naman sa sinabi ni Ed. one thing I really look for when I'm managing a trade is, number one is yung risk side ng trade. So for example, let's say may tinake akong trade, then yung profit, yung current standing is like 1 hour or 2 hour gain na siya. Unang-una kong iisipin mo ng kailangan kong i-lock in is yung stops at the point na at the least break even siya, or at least I can take home around 1 hour, and then saka ko muna iisipin yung pag-add to the winner. So ayun, basically when I manage my trades, palaging risk first mindset before I look for bigger gains or I look for bigger trades.
Right. Ikaw, bro, Matt.
Nice. So actually yung answer ko is almost the same kay Ed. But let me add, no? Given na same naman kami yung system na ginagamit ni Ed. But let me add when it comes to adding to your winners. Number one, well actually, it's very important and it's critical to have your own weekly watch list. Okay? The reason behind nagkakaroon ng switch from your winning position to even a losing position is because, number one, is kasi nga, yung watch list mo is parang hindi maganda yung pagpili mo ng watch list mo. Wala kang proper criteria to generate a watch list according to your system or even your strategy. Again, it's very important to be consistent, generating your own weekly watch list. That's number one. Second is to focus focus on your open position. If there's one thing I learned during bull market, since I've experienced bull, bear, sideways market, no, if there's one thing na talaga natutunan ko during a bull market is sobrang daming umaakyat, and hindi mo alam kung anong bibilin mo and kung gaano kalaki yung position size na i-allocate mo. Kaya very important yung number one, which is to generate a clear or proper criteria for your weekly watch list according to your setup. Kasi yung magiging next mo is to focus on your open position. Third one is to focus on the next target prices. Like Ed mentioned, in terms of adding to your winning position, make sure to have a clear consolidation. Let's say nagmo-momentum, you have a clear bearish divergence, you take profit. Pag nag-pull back, nag-consolidate, then that's the time for you to add another one. But remember, like Ed also mentioned, in terms of adding to your position, once nakita mo na merong consolidation, clear consolidation, wag yung tipong sobrang aggressive ka na you only have 50% and then yung next tranche mo is 20 or even 30%. Kasi remember, during the time na kumikita ka na, yung mindset mo is more on greed na eh. Okay, nag-iiba yung mindset mo pag tumatakbo yung market or even pag kumikita ka. So make sure to be disciplined enough when it comes to your position size. And of course, lastly, is which is very important, is your trail stop. Make sure to place your trail stop accordingly. Meaning, pag tumatakbo yung stock, yung winning position mo, hindi yan yung tipong, let's say, you're able to participate at 2 pesos and then yung stop mo is maybe 180, 175 level. Pag tumakbo, you're maybe up 20%, 30%. Hindi yun yung tipong, yun pa rin yung stop limit mo or yung cut loss mo. You need to adjust it. And like I mentioned kanina, for example, yung now, you need to adjust, for example, yung 20-day EMA to even to your 50-day EMA para let's say, if nalaglag, nagkaroon ng black swan, hindi affected yung gains mo. Kumikita ka pa rin kahit pa paano. Again, number one, just to summarize, number one, it's very critical to have your own criteria generating your weekly watch list according to your strategy. Second is to focus on your open position. Kasi maraming distraction, maraming tumatakbo if we are in a bull market. Third one is to focus on the target price or next resistance level, and of course, make sure to add up dun sa consolidation. And last one is to place your trail stop adjust your trail stop accordingly.
Yeah. So, thanks for that, bro, Matt. Guys, hopefully, Nagno-notes kayo, no? Ang ganda ng mga insights si Matt. And si Kahane, nag-chat sa akin, meron pa siyang gustong i-add. May nakalimutan daw siya.
Nakalimutan lang rin ako sabihin. So, part lang rin ng risk first approach to yung adding to winners. Pag nag-look ako to add another tranche, parang yung initial na nasa isip ko is, okay, let's say, parang i-imagine ko na if wala akong hawak ngayon, yung current price action ba niya is something that I'd look to enter in or something that can be tradable from a momentum or swing trader standpoint. Parang yun yung isa muna sa una kong sinasagot for me kasi if let's say di siya pasado doon sa criteria na yun, edi parang alanganin na ako na mag-add since parang at that point parang greed na lang yung nagpo-push sa akin na mag-add ng more shares. So yeah, parang added filter ko lang yun na imagine ko muna wala muna akong shares for that stock.
Makes sense. Para hindi siya subjective.
Yep.
Alright. So, siguro, well, maganda na yung insights ni Kahane, Ed, and Matt, no? Siguro to add my own. And trying not, ano ba iba kong masasabi? Dapat pala, di ako yung huli. Siguro, ang akin is, whenever I add to positions, una, sige. So, di ba, we were coming off a really bad market in 2022 and I took the least amount of trades ever, buong trading career ko in 2022. When I was coming back into the market late December, early January, the first thing I always do is I don't go pedal to the metal kagad. Di ako todo bigay kagad. Right? I like to test the water. So, small position sizes, 5%, 10%, just to test the water, right? And one of the concepts I have always followed is by Mark Minervini, tutuwid ni na Matt sa OJ, is you only want to be aggressive on the heels of profits, right? You never want to go, okay, 40% allocation, tapos, well, you're coming from 5 losing trades, right? You always want to build your way to a larger size. And you also have to build your way to a larger size. Kasi hindi ka pwede manatili lang sa 5, 10% because it's a safe bet, but it's not a life-changing bet. Which is why you need to learn how to scale into your winners. Right? Sabi ni Ed, the first tranche always has to be, he likes it to be the biggest kasi you don't want to raise your average cost too high. Same thing, I always want my tranching to be in a Christmas tree. The first tranche always the biggest, tapos may mga follow-ons lang. Echoing sinasabi ni Matt, dapat may, based on your watch list, based on your strategy, you have an approach of how you want to go about it. Ako naman, to echo those words, I always try to be systematic when I'm trying to scale into my positions. Kasi yung mga biggest winners ko, the winners that were supposed to be the biggest, became a loss. Right? Yung mga pera na bato pa. Kasi ang laki talaga. I had one, hindi ko sabihin ko anong stock, per PSC pa yun, so matagal na yun. Pero, sobrang laking winner na sana. And then, I didn't have a plan really of what I wanted to do with it. And when it hit my target profit, instead of selling, what I did was nag-double up pa ako sa position ko. So, syempre, umakit yung cost ko. And then, nag-pull back siya. Tinamaan yung stop ko. And then, it just went so much higher. So it could have been a bigger winner, right? And the reason why I missed out on that is because I wasn't systematic. I didn't have a plan, and I didn't know what to do, right? And it took me a long time to build that system of how I want to scale in. I had to learn from JC, I had to learn from Bear, I had to learn from Matt, from Javi. So yun lang talaga yung biggest, right? You want to be systematic about it. Wag kang magdo-double up kasi nahuli mo si LDO sa crypto and then you don't really know what to do with it and then sobrang greedy mo na, hey, you double up. Usually that's the worst way. That's the easiest way to lose all those profits when you try to double up on your position na hindi from a systematic approach. So siguro yun na lang ang aking maidadagdag. Daming kwento talaga ni Sir Toma. Yes,
just to remember guys, no, lalo na sa mga viewers natin. Pag sa ilalim you're buying a specific token, coin, or even a stock, yung mindset mo neutral eh. Okay? Habang umaakyat yan, yung mindset mo nag-iiba as trader, even investor. Napapalitan ng greed. So as trader and investor, what you need to understand, masakit man isipin, but it's very important na para kayong robot mag-isip pagdating sa trading. Okay, yung mindset nyo dapat neutral. Sa ilalim yung presyo, let's say you're participating at the support level, umakyat, same mindset yan. Focus on the system and same mindset. Hindi yan pwede yung greed. Kaya nagiging problem sa market ng mga traders is, panalo na, you're maybe up 10%, 15%, and then, because of greed, na mali yung add mo ng position, and like I mentioned, like Toma mentioned, sa ilalim, 10% nilagay mo, tapos pagdating doon sa itaas, nag-greed ka na, since alam mo, uy, mas malaki kikitain. Yung 10% na position size mo, ginawa mong even 40%. Tapos pagka nagkaroon ng black swan, yan yung sinasabi ko na what if, diba? Yan yung risk management mo, gumuhit, wala na, ikaw lang din maglalabas, so magiging talo ka pa. So panalo na, naging bato pa.
Yep. So, actually, I remember one of the stocks na nangyari yun sa akin. So, share ko na lang, no. Ay, teka. Ano nga kanin, tanggalin ko. Ito yun eh. It was, alala ko pa to kasi nagmi-meeting pa kami sa Investa na ito. Tapos masyado akong focus dito. I remember it was now nung nagsisiding-siding siya. This was 2019. Basta I remember there was an intraday setup that I got on this green candle, and then nung nag-gap up siya, my mind syempre nag-ceiling, tapos nag-gap up higher than 20% or something. I forgot yung rule ni Spyfrat ata yun. Basta tumataas yung likelihood na magdo-double ceiling siya. So yung ginawa ko, I was already 20% invested in this green candle, 20% of my portfolio. And then I added another 30% at the open na di nag-iisip. Sabi ko magdo-double ceiling ito. So I didn't have a plan to do it. It all came from greed. Hindi nga double up mas malaki pa yung second tranche ko. And then yung average cost ko sobrang taas na. So what was a pretty decent win nung time na to just turned out to be pang 5 VAR ata ako nun eh. Kasi di ko pa binenta kagad nung nag-break even. So yun lang, dapat very systematic tayo with how we go about adding to the winners. So, stop share. Teka, balik tayo sa StreamYard. Okay. So, salamat mga sir para sa mga insights ninyo. Maybe now we can move back to a few more of chart requests. So, nakita ko kanina mayroon ng mga crypto. Guys, feel free to comment mga crypto. Very active kami. Lahat sa crypto market. So, ito from Jose Cabrera Martin. So, QNT tsaka Gala. Maybe we can look at Gala, kahane. So, siguro, for you, bro, Matt.
Okay. So, Gala, open ko lang din from my end. So, as of now, so ito na-mention natin sa Open Journal as part of Weekly Top Ideas. Parang first week ng January because of its long-term downtrend line. So if you use weekly time frame from the top, your long-term downtrend line since November 2021, just point it out to April 2022, April 1, and then your October 30. So yan, perfect. So long-term downtrend line break, which is a clear parang nagmo-momentum na siya as of the moment. Your next resistance level is at 0.07300, which is from the current price, parang mga 30-35%. So again, if this is part of our watch list this week, no? So for me, what I want to see, given na nagko-consolidate siya dyan, this is actually a good time to participate today. Diba? That's something na potential buy. And then additional, adding to your winners, since yun yung topic natin dun sa breakout. So if you can use yung trend line mo sa January 14 and January 17, so once ang breakout dyan, yung short-term breakout dyan, then potential na add ka ulit. Small size, again, depende ulit dun sa ginawa mo. Binili mo, let's say, today, and then add up on the breakout target.
Alright, thanks bro Matt. So, that's for Gala. The next, si Bro CJ. Mask tsaka DYDX. So, siguro for you, Ed, we can look at Mask.
Yeah. First of all, shout out bro CJ. Ano yan? OJ fam. So, for mask, sige. So, for mask, ako yung mask, ito, mas gusto ko yung structure niya since ito, hindi siya mukhang ano eh, mukhang hindi ka maghahabol for mask. So, right now, still resting near your EMAs. So, yan, EMA 10, 20, 50, 200, nandyan. And at the same time, nag-perform siya ng consolidation. So, pwede mong drawingan ng box yung range na from January 14 until present. Yan. So, pwede siya. So, right now, what next step is we need to wait for it to break out. So, I'm looking at 3.19 level. So, para sa may mga Investa watcher dyan, set nyo na yung entry price na alert. And then for cut, pwede nyo gamitin yung low of the base. At the same time, yung EMA 200 confluence, which is around 2.55 level. Yan, di ba? So, yan yung for mask. So, let's see in the coming days if anong maging move nito.
Ayun. So, that's for Mask. Yung next request ni CJ was DYDX. So, ako siguro sa DYDX. So, DYDX, sa tip of my tongue, naalala ko, binasa ko to sa Binance Research dati kung ano to eh. Pero, looking at DYDX, well, ano pa siya eh, it's at like the midpoint at the bottom of its range. And if you look at the crypto market, which is, you know, I think it's the leading market now, right? Well, yun lang kasi trade ko. Sobrang daming ibang malalakas eh, right? You have LDO, OP, you have Mana, you have APT, Solana. Parang mas maraming market leaders, right? Na mas maganda yung momentum type na setup. So, just because of that, parang I would personally parang not consider DYDX that much. Pero I guess if you're just gonna chart, di ba, teka, buksan ko sa chart ko. If you're gonna chart DYDX, kung nasa range siya, di ba, it's at the bottom end of its range. And ako, I would much rather wait for it to break out of that 260 level before maybe getting on the breakout if the market continues to rally. But di ako makapag-drawing sa chart ko. Pero, ayun. Personally, pass ako sa DYDX. Pero if it does break out of 2.6, 2.7, maybe I'd take a second look at it again. So, next request. Kanina may nag-request ng Solana. So, maybe, Kahane, pwede mo i-chart yung Sol. And Kahane boy, ikaw ay naka-mute.
Hello? Okay.
Yun.
So, ayun. So, Solana, malakas recently. Fundamentally, driven by some factors. Yung isa is yung parang push nila to increase liquidity ng Sol sa mga Solana dexes. And yung others, of course, yung kasing rally sa overall crypto markets. So, ayun, though malakas nga siya these past weeks. For me, iintayin ko muna mag-break yung 200-day EMA. And looking at the shorter term time frame, feel ko parang mas magko-consolidate siya muna given that deeply into oversold levels na yung RSI niya. So maybe a pullback to around 20 or possibly even around 17.5. And yeah.
Alright. So that's for Solana. So next for Bro Matt, one of the leaders, OP. Ano nga ba name ito? Optimism. Yeah, Optimism.
So at least for OP, you have a clear breakout. Yeah, perfect. So breakout from a triangle pattern, and then another breakout. So leader ito, all-time high, di ba? So all-time high, Ang concern mo lang dito, as of the moment is currently yung RSI mo nasa 80-90 level na. So for me to participate, if let's say wala pa akong hawak, no? If wala ko pa akong hawak, what I want to see is to consolidate above 223, yung all-time high niya. 223, yan, dyan sa level na yan, which is will be acting as your support level in the coming days. Pero let's say if you're holding it, you're able to participate dun sa January 9 breakout, even dun sa 136, 140 level breakout. So what you can do is again, adjust your trail stop to your 10-day EMA. Kasi ganda naman yung breakout niya eh. 52-week high, and then na-slash out na yung mga naipit nung August 2022 and even nung start ng June 2022, no? So malamang kumikita na yan. So for me to really participate is mag-hold yung 220 level.
Alright. So that's for OP. Next for Bro, maybe we have time for mga 3 to 5 more charts, and then there's just a few questions so pwede natin daanan. So next for Bro Ed, we have Cardano, ADA.
Sige. Yan. So, for Cardano, so, number one, napansin ko is below 200 EMA pa rin siya. And yeah, number two, yan, tama yung drinowing ni Kahane. So, yung previous support, so that will be the possible next resistance in confluence with 200-day EMA. So, my concern sa ADA siguro is right now, mas malapit kasi yung mas malapit siya sa resistance compared sa support. And what I want to see for ADA is siguro ma-break niya muna clearly yung, meaning clearly mag-close above that, yan, yung drinowing Kahane na support, which is yan, confluence with trend line, and at the same time, 200-day. And once na mag-close above, if ever mag-retest siya, so yung previous resistance, magiging support na, I think pwede na mag-participate for ADA. But right now, talagang wait and see pa rin siya.
Ayun. So that's for Cardano. Our next request, thanks Bro Ed, is from Clark, Matic. So siguro ako sa Matic, dami kong had a good amount of thematic sa mga trades ko last year. So si Matic, well, at this point, it's kind of still drawing mo lang ng box ka parang sa gitna pa yun na range niya. So, I mean, doon sa larger base niya, right? Nasa gitna pa yun na range. Although, slowly inching higher. Pero, medyo marami ang overhead supply pagdating sa 118 to 150 to around 125. Kasi, I feel like, I thought, this was making its move. If I'm not mistaken, it was like late October, early November when it was starting to move higher. Akala ko ito yung if magsa Santa Claus rally sa December, akala ko ito yung magli-lead eh. Pero nag-fade, di ba? A few days after it moved higher, I think that was what happened to FTX. So ngayon, wala pa siya. It's at the middle of the range. Usually, if a chart or an asset is in the middle of its trading range, I don't really do much. So, something I would still observe si Matic, pero at this point, wala muna akong gagawin. So, that's for Matic. So, next naman natin for, siguro last two charts. So, for you, Kahane, we can look at FET.
Alright. FET. Hold on. So, ito yung long-term chart. And ayun, so FET, it's on the cusp of breaking away from its long-term downtrend line, and ayun, malakas momentum recently. So could be a good cryptocurrency to watch out for if in case it consolidates around the 0.25 to 0.3 area, and if it continues higher, then yeah, could be a solid cryptocurrency to trade.
Yeah. So that's for FET. And last but not the least for Bro Matt, APT.
Wow.
So another one of the leaders.
APT yung catalyst din is layer 1. Diba? Layer 1, same as Bitcoin. So as of the moment, well, if let's say, wag mo na habulin, basically. If ito pa lang yung time na gusto mo siyang bilhin, even na meron ng FOMO, na umakyat siya, since kailan ito umakyat? June 9, so wag mo nang habulin. But, if let's say you're able to participate the other day dun sa short-term breakout niya, no, with momentum trade to. So, short-term breakout niya dun sa 830 level, yan, perfect. So, yung level na yan, ako, like for example, meron akong hawak na small position size, naka-trail stop na lang ako to 5 or even 10 day EMA. Kasi yung next target ko naman dyan, diba? Yung next target mo medyo malayo pa eh. Ayoko nang banggitin, but at least medyo malayo pa. But for me, if you really want to participate, like Ed mentioned, you wait for a clear pullback, maybe to 10-day, wait for it to consolidate, wait for a clear setup, meaning buy and support, break a resistance, and then that's the time you can buy some APT. But as of the moment, it's a pass for me. But if you're able to participate the other day, it's a hold. Hold mo na lang plus trail stop.
Alright. So that's for APT, one of the leaders sa market ngayon. So ayun, I think we covered a lot of most of the interesting stocks, local and sa crypto market. Now, before we officially end everything, there's a few questions. So feel free to chat in questions. Baka pwede pa natin daanan, but if we can answer these two questions really quick. So first from James. Ito quick answer lang feel ko, no? But question ni James is, question mga boss, kahit madami ng automation sa trading tools, Investa Prime, do you still get to watch your charts every day? Right? So ito siguro maganda perspective, no, from mga portfolio managers talaga. Right? So Matt and Ed, siguro starting with you, Ed, diba? So lahat naman tayo, diba, gumagamit ng Prime. Given Ed na may pro screener, may watcher, I mean, siguro we all look at the charts every day pa rin, siguro we can get that out of the way. Pero how much time do you spend staring at the screen siguro? How we can contextualize it that way?
Yeah, so for context, so ako, nag-invest ako sa monitors. So binudal ako ni Matt. So right now, yung monitors ko, 4. So 4 na monitor. And usually, what I do kasi, so ang setup ko talaga. So number 1, top monitor ko is yung Investa multi-chart. So doon, at least yun, nakikita ko na lahat. Marami na ako natitingnan na chart at the same time. And usually, while I'm working, so creating research, editing videos, yun yung pinaka nasa main screen ko. So yung charting, talagang patingin-tingin na lang. So usually, titingala na lang ako. Glance-glance na lang. And talagang, yes, sobrang helpful talaga yung Investa Watcher, especially for me. Kasi ang pinaka-favorite ko rin dyan is yung pag nasa labas, especially pag nasa labas. Alam naman natin crypto, even weekend, di ba? So weekend, expect na less screen time ako for charts. So talagang pag nasa labas ako during weekends, talagang magte-text na lang yung Investa Watcher. Ever tamaan yung entry price ko, yung stop ko, yung target profit ko. So short answer is yes, talagang nakabantay pa rin ako sa charts ko, especially during the weekdays. So I suggest if full-time traders ka, definitely invest ka sa monitor para at least pwede kang, while habang binabantayan mo yung mga picks mo, yung mga coin stocks mo, may nagagawa ka pa rin iba. So hindi fully focus lang sa pagbabantay ng chart kasi medyo hindi healthy yun na puro chart ka lang.
Correct. For context then, we're actually full-time ni Ed. So just to answer your question, we monitor it every day. We do our charting every day. So almost whole day nagmo-monitor talaga ng open position, no? Lalo na sa local market. Given na, again, we're full-time. But let's say, you're in a corporate, you're an employee, in terms of your revenue, income streams, no, hindi trading yung bread and butter mo. So for me, it's very important to have a trigger, meaning meron kang notification via your phone, diba? Since majority of us hawak naman yung phone, diba, every day. So it's very important na meron kang notification. Okay, so what I added actually 2 weeks ago is a smart watch, basically, a Xiaomi smartwatch. If let's say, for example, sa Investa, ginagamit ko yan. Let's say, nag-alert sa entry, cut point, target price, mag-alert din sa smartwatch mo. So, kahit na let's say, kumakain ka sa labas, makikita mo siya sa smartwatch mo. And that's something na, again, kailangan mo pa rin dalhin yung laptop mo. Diba? It's just an alert for you to notify na, uy, meron kang kailangan gawin. But the short answer, given na we're actually full-time, we're doing it every day. We're charting every day, actually. And then, yeah, if you're an employee, make sure na meron kang mga notification sa Investa. Kasi if wala, malilate ka talaga.
Yun. So bro, Matt, pag lumalabas ka ba, kunyari, kakain na sa labas, may dala ka laptop palagi?
Yes. kahit saan ako pumunta. Alam
Lagi may
ni
laptop.
yan. Kahit kakain lang ako sa baba, malapit na dito, lagi ako
Dedication.
So, yun.
Ready. Actually, ganun din ako dati. Nung siguro first 2 years, bago nagka-COVID, kahit lalo na nung estudyante pa ako, kahit nasan ako, kahit date or kahit ano, talagang may bit-bit ako laptop. Pero ayun. So siguro para sa kami kasagutin namin ni Kahane, no, hindi kami full-time traders, no. Syempre we work at Investa. So marami din kaming hinahandle ng mga bagay. A lot of the things ginagawa namin together. Right? Hindi lang pag-iensayo pero pagbubuo ng features, marketing, ganyan. So marami kami ginagawa ni Kahane together. Ako personally, given na marami din ako ibang ginagawa, I'm sure I don't look at the charts as much as si Ed and si Matt. I only have one screen, which is my laptop, and I usually look at the charts after I work out when I get home mga 8 in the morning, and then I have all my Investa watchers set, all the alerts, everything I need, and then I look at it parang gradually throughout the day. 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m. If hindi mag-alert, that's what I like to monitor. I want to look at it like every other hour. And just take a look if anything's close to the alert, if anything else is coming out sa screener. So, ganoon siya. I don't spend too much time on the chart. Except now, kasi malakas yung market. But definitely last year, hindi masyado. Pero yeah, every couple of hours ako. Given na may full-time work ako, diba? So, yeah. Ikaw, Kane?
Okay. So, sa akin, yun nga. So, I work at Investa. Marami kaming ginagawa nito. Hindi maka-permit sa time na parang whole day nakatingin namin ako sa screen. So, ginagawa ko is, well, to be honest, sobrang nakatulong ng automation. Lalo na yung stop orders sa mga brokers. So, malaking lifesaver yun, yung automatic orders. And with regards to looking at charts, so ginagawa ko kasi is may 2 sets of watch lists ako. So, yung isa, parang tinawag ko ng focus watch list. Tapos yung isa naman is parang to watch out for. So basically, yung ginagawa ko is yung isang parang mas focused watch list. Yun yung i-check ko sa morning. Parang yun kasi yung parang meron na akong to-do action or something to really like focus on or in terms of trade management and stuff. So parang nililimit ko lang kung ano yung need ko bantayan. And yeah, I mostly use stop orders sa mga brokers ko.
Ayun. So siguro one last question before we officially end everything, no? From the una muna, of course, before we answer the final question from Christian. Guys, we have like 250 people YouTube and Facebook still with us now. Umabot tayo ng close to 300 a while ago. Una muna, happy Sunday. But of course, guys, magpasalamat tayo sa mga partners natin who joined us tonight. If you learned something new today, if we helped you plan for your upcoming trading week, guys, please, every week sila nandito. Please say thank you. Siyempre, thank you to Open Journal. So, Bro Matt, Bro Ed, thank you ulit sa time ninyo. A while ago, you mentioned the coaching session. Of course, we have our weekly market updates every Wednesday. So, mga sir, if we want to, nilagay mo na pala Matt sa comments, so but you know, may nagsabi nga kanina na yung charting session para na raw nag-attend ng Investa Summit nung nagdi-discuss si Matt. Well, guys, you guys can get access to Matt's insights almost every day, right? Especially sa local market and sa crypto market pagdating sa Discord, right? So, sa Open Journal community. So, Matt and Ed, di ba? If you want to continue learning from Open Journal, be part of the community, saan ba kami pwede pumunta?
Yeah. Sige, ako na. So, bro, Toma, pa-post naman yung link ni Matt na sinend. So, yan. If for those who are wondering how to join us sa Open Journal, so yan, nandyan yung link naka-display. So, every week we have coaching sessions and weekly market strategy updates. So, to join us, just click the link below and see you there in the Open Journal community.
Yun. And by the way, para sa okay, let's say yung Open Journal pinag-iisipan mo ng masinsinan, 'di ba? Malapit ka na mag-join sa community. Kami recommend namin, of course. But let's say you want to learn from Matt directly, right? We actually have kanang date to kan eh. What's the date?
So, next Monday, actually may talk
Yun.
si Matt para sa Prime 8 subscribers natin. So, pakita mo na lang. Ayun. So, Matt will be talking about trading reversal patterns with indicators. And so talk siya for Prime Elite subscribers. So, if you're interested, see you there. And yeah.
Ayun. So, Matt, ano ba ma-expect ng Prime Elite subscribers natin for your talk next Monday?
Nice. So at least it's Tuesday. If I'm not
Tuesday.
mistaken, January
Tuesday pala.
31st. So,
Sorry.
so at least what you will expect, guys, lalo sa mga elite users natin, no? Given na coming to 2022, sobrang hirap ng market, downtrending yung market, capitulation yung market, capitulate talaga, coming from the bottom. The next question now is, when is the best time for you guys to participate? So dito papasok yung trading continuation pattern. So at least ang i-discuss ko yung mga entry point, saan yung cut point mo, and yung next target price mo. If you participated, for example, sa double bottom setup, inverse head and shoulder setup, capitulation setup, saan ko pwedeng ilagay yung entry point ko, saan ko ilalagay yung stop limit ko with your risk management, and then of course yung next target price mo, and of course your trade stop. Trade stop is very important. Okay, so basically, yun yung mga, dun iikot yung discussion natin next Tuesday, January 31st.
Alright, so to our Prime Elite subscribers, we'll see you there. And of course, Matt, before we answer the final question, I think there's another thing that you would like to share as well.
Yeah. So guys, again, to those who are asking, may mga nag-message kanina, if let's say you're wondering, since Open Journal is a private access and a community, kami ni Bro Ed, full-time portfolio manager kami, meaning we manage funds across different financial market. If you guys are wondering, if let's say you're interested to avail our service, kami yung mag-manage ng fund nyo. Basically, kami na lahat bahala dyan, and the goal on a yearly basis to really outperform different markets. So, ipo-post namin yung link namin dyan, email addresses for you to drop us an inquiry or an email. So again, we're full-time portfolio manager. We're doing this parang 10 years, 12 years na namin din siyang ginagawa.
Yeah.
Professional.
Alright.
So yun.
Alright, thanks bro, Matt. And for our final question before we officially end the charting session, parang follow-on question to our discussion a while ago from Christian. So good, very good, valid question. Kasi tanong ko rin to dati. So, siguro any of us can answer, no? So, what if you're trying to pilot buy, no? So, a while ago, basahin ko na lang. What if you're trying to pilot buy? So, small size yung first tranche. How do we follow yung concept na first tranche is yung biggest size? So, let's say, nag-test buy ka, 2.5% na portfolio mo. So, how do you go about from that? Do you only add 1% of your portfolio sa next tranche? Or how do you approach yung ganyan na situation?
Mm-hmm. Sorry, meron ako kagad answer dyan. Yan yung very important yung journaling mo. Dyan sa part na yan. Kasi let's say, let's say, yung edge ko talaga, yung purpose ng journaling is for you to identify yung strength and weakness mo when it comes to your trading. Okay? So meaning, if let's say, according to my journal, for the past 10 years, according to my journal, ang strength ko lagi, yung edge ko, is buying on the reversal. meaning buying on the bottom, reversal pattern. And when it comes to position sizing, since mas kabisado ko na siya, yan na yung edge ko. Napag-aralan ko na siya past 10 years. Na-apply ko na siya for cryptocurrency, for US market, for local market. So when it comes to my position sizing, mas malaki siya dun sa ilalim. Okay? But let's say, according to my journal, mahina ako sa momentum trades since I'm more on a swing trader. So momentum trader, hindi ako makabomba. Okay? Let's say, for example, yung APT kanina, it's a momentum trade, pero hindi ko siya mabomba. Meaning, hindi malaki yung position size ko. Kasi nga, again, going back to my journal, hindi yan yung edge ko. So parang yun yung first analysis mo, doon mo mas ma-identify kung malaki ba, maliit yung ilalagay mo if you're buying on support, kasi nga magdedepende siya doon sa edge mo, na nakadepende din syempre sa trading journal.
Ako siguro to add an answer din sa question na. So ulitin ko lang ulit. So what if you're trying to pilot buy small size first tranche? How do you follow the concept of first tranche to biggest size? So that's actually a question I also had, no? Kasi nga, I follow, if I'm coming from 100% cash, or say I'm coming from a losing streak or like noong December, I don't go 15% first size. I go really small. Like the first few trades were 3 trades na tag pa 5 to 7.5% position size, right? So it's a good tricky question, but it's contextual kasi. Right? Walang hard and fast rules naman na first tranche biggest size. So the way I approach it is, if I have that small of a size, let's say 5% lang, I'm okay to double that up to a 10% size kasi 5%, it doesn't really hit the portfolio that hard. At most, that might be a 1 bar loss if nag-cut ako na combine na yun. Secondly, if I have a small size as a test buy and then it runs up lang, that's what I use to finance the risk of the next trade. So, for example, I make a small profit there, right? That small profit, it's what I'm gonna use parang to cushion whatever loss I might take in the next trade. So I can go bigger on the next one. Instead of starting with a 5% size, I can start on a 15% size because I have like a profit leeway already. So that's kind of contextualizing it. That's kind of how I approach yung ganun na concern. So that's me. Di ko alam if Kahani or Ed, yung ganun na situation, if may gusto kayo i-add doon.
Yeah, siguro to add lang. So for me kasi yung test buy, so for me, ang context nun is, usually ang purpose nun is for exposure talaga. So ginagawa ko usually yung test buy talaga for those na bottom picking yung stocks, yung wala pang proper setup, yung talagang, for example, first green candle pa lang magte-test buy. So syempre, it's very small size, 2.5% to 3%, ganun. So for me, if ganun yung ginawa ko, test buy for exposure lang, it doesn't matter yung next buy ko na if mas maliit na dapat. Okay lang sa akin na mag-increase nga ako ng size since ang purpose talaga ng test buy ko is to get exposure lang muna. So
Get
different yun. Yeah, different yun if nagbi-build ako ng position to increase yung adding to my winners. Different yun from test buying eh. So pag building your winners kasi, talagang you want to build a base na low average price and then you increase it na lang habang umakyat na yung stock. So for example yun, balik tayo sa test buy. So for test buy, for exposure lang muna and then yung next, yun yung proper size mo na. And then once na maging winner nga yung tinest buy mo, dun mo na i-apply yung rule na smaller na versus yung pinaka-initial tranche mo.
Yeah. So it's contextual talaga.
Yeah,
So,
magdedepende rin kasi sa yung market condition yan eh.
Correct. So, the final words of wisdom from Kahane. May i-add ka pa?
Alright, so bale, sinabi nga ni Ed na if yung gusto mo lang malaman is yung sa test buy, then of course yung dapat yung small size mo since you're just testing the waters. Parang tiyatansya mo pa if maganda ba yung market for your system. Of course yung dapat yung lowest impact sa overall portfolio mo. Pero if you're talking about tranches na, if you're talking about the actual trades, then it really depends on how your system works and saan ka pinaka-comfortable. Ayun, maraming different ways to tranche into different stocks. Some people like to use a diamond pattern na yung first tranche is yung smaller tranche, then sa breakout or sa momentum setups yung bigger tranche, then so on and so forth. Tapos may iba naman na either pyramid style or inverse pyramid. It's really up to you and up to how you perform in different situations. So ayun, like what Matt said, important talaga yung statistics mo and yung past performance mo.
Yun. Okay, I think that's a great way to end everything. So before Ed and Matt, syempre maraming salamat sa time niyo and to everyone who joined us tonight. So quickly before we end, pinaka-last final words from everyone, starting with you, Kahane. Final words.
Alright, so final words. Ayun, thank you for coming and yeah, ayun, thank you for coming.
Okay. Thank you rin, Kahane. So Ed.
Yeah. So
Ito, tao si Matt.
thank you so much, guys. So na-miss ko tong charting sessions natin. So, sobrang solid. So hopefully ma-take advantage natin yung lakas ng markets right now. And sana totoo to lahat, hindi biglang ibabalik next week, next month. So good luck, guys, and enjoy. Happy weekend.
Yan. Bro, Matt.
Sa akin, ano lang, Happy New Year everyone guys. Thank you for attending kahit na Sunday. Always remember, if there's one thing na natutunan ko for my decade of experience sa market, it's just actually risk management. Always put what if in every trade na ginagawa. So yun lang. Thank you.
Alright, so final message from me. From Berrio, eat your daily vegetables, drink your vitamins, and of course, like sabi ni Matt, ni Ed, hopefully tuloy-tuloy lang sa market. So again, everyone, maraming salamat for joining us and spending your final hours of the weekend with us. Hopefully, we were able to provide value to you, to your trading, and we'll do our best to continue doing this on a weekly basis. And yeah, maraming salamat. Stay safe. Start of the week. Let's attack it strong. So thank you and good night. So bye everyone. All right. So Kahane, kindly end the stream.
Alright, thank you and good night.